Ocean Key is MSC's private island and a little slice of paradise. This island is located about halfway between Miami and the Bahamas, and it has an interesting backstory as it's an artificial island which was built by dredging in the late 1960s for commercial purposes. MSC leased the land, cleaned it up, and really turned it around to be a stellar cruise destination and private marine reserve. Don't worry if you didn't memorize where things were, as there are maps scattered around to help keep you straight. A short walk from the ship brings you to the transportation pavilion where you could catch a shuttle around the island. At only 95 acres, the island is very accessible to walkers as well. There's also beach-friendly wheelchairs available for those that need. Upon entry, you're greeted by the welcome kiosk where you can book excursions. There are also shops where you can get your souvenir and your snack needs met, as well as an ice cream shop and a bar. The island has all the niceties of a tropical paradise with many varieties of what I can only assume was transplanted flora. In the shadow of the cruise ship is Lighthouse Bay. This soft sand beach offers umbrellas, chairs, a tiki bar, and a lifeguard on station from dawn to dusk. It also gives a great view of the lighthouse, but we'll return to that a little bit later. Be careful though, there are turtle nesting areas, so watch your step. Moving on around the island, you run into Sunset Beach. This is the longest stretch of beach on the island, but it's a bit more primitive with rocky sand beaches and no lifeguard protection. It is, however, much less crowded than the other beaches, so if you want a little bit more solitude for your ocean time, this is the place to be. It does have beach chairs and a tiki bar to satisfy your tropical drink needs. And just so you know, while you're on the island, your cruise card is accepted here. You can check out watercraft here to further enjoy your time in the water. But don't worry, because this isn't the only place you can get a kayak on the island. Continuing on around the island, you run out of sand and right into rocky shores. This was a very nice area for me, as I love to see waves crashing onto the rocks. Guests are prohibited from going to the ocean on the rocks, and rightfully so, as they are very sharp from erosion and they're slippery as well. However, even from a distance, the view was mesmerizing. There was even a stacked rock garden a bit further down, as the guests loved to build monuments to the moment. As we turned the northwest corner of the island, we found the helicopter landing pad and a wedding pavilion. Here's also the location of the spa and the Paradise Sands Beach. This beach area, as well as Bimini Beach, which is shown straight ahead, is a great spot for swimming and snorkeling as wildlife abounds. I heard tales of seeing rays and a multitude of fish from the snorkelers. The water was very warm and clear on this trip, so it really comes as no surprise. This took us to the north entry of the Ocean Key Lagoon. This large lagoon connects the northern shore to the shore to the east. The lagoon is interesting as there is a very shallow sand entry area, then an abrupt drop-off to much deeper water. Here, kayaks are also available for you to get to play in the water. The lagoon floor is covered with grasses, and this is where I had my own encounter with a barracuda, which you can see here. There are an abundance of beach chairs and lifeguard stations here on both North and South Beach. You can access North Beach by a short walk or a ride over the bridge crossing the eastern lagoon mouth. There were a number of outdoor eating areas and food trailers, but unfortunately none were open on the days I visited. However, there was a very elaborate buffet set up for the cruise ship passengers, so no one went hungry. I promised to return to the lighthouse, so here we are. In the evenings after darkness is set in, there's a light show 2 times a night, accompanied by music on the lighthouse itself. It was a good show, and my dive camera did not do it justice. This was very visible both on the beach as well as on the ship. There were also beach parties held on Lighthouse Bay, where you could enjoy the sand music with a drink. Once the show ended, there was time for the MSC logo to make sure you knew whose island you were on. It was a great end to a great day. I don't know if every cruise ship does this or if it's just our captain, but he played opera music through the ship's loudspeakers while we were making our departure from this beautiful island. I thought it was a very nice touch and very classy. So as we bid farewell to this reclaimed bit of paradise, I can only be thankful to have experienced it myself and be very happy that MSC took the effort to make this island what it is.